On September 11, 2001, the United States was visually attacked by a terrorist group, killing approximately 3,000 Americans. Everyone was tuned to their television as the country united and mourned together, particularly a 9-year-old little girl who cried for days and could not understand why this happened. She turned to me and said, "Mom, I will always remember 9/11, and one day I will not watch TV, but instead I will help others." This year, this little girl, my daughter, Samantha, turns 21. She is a junior at Loyola University Chicago and is studying abroad in Rome, Italy for the school year. Because of the tragic events of September 11, Samantha has found a new purpose in life: social justice. Among her journey to capture the meaning of fear, perseverance, and justice, she has traveled and volunteered in cities like Detroit, Michigan, where the city has an 18% unemployment rate and poverty has taken over this once flourished city. She has also volunteered in the Dorothy Catholic Worker House in Washington, D.C., and has been moved by all the history that's found in our nation's capital, from the women's suffrage movement to the Lincoln Memorial, to the images and items related to the civil rights movement. Then on October 14, 2013, Samantha took a trip to what she describes as one of the most humbling experiences of her life. She traveled to Poland, and as she walked the streets of Krakow, Warsaw, and Auschwitz, she felt history come to life. For the second time in her life, the events of such tragic history spoke deeply to her. After the start of World War II, Adolf Hitler, Chancellor of Germany, implemented a policy that became to be known as Final Solution. He was determined to eliminate every Jew in Germany and other countries, along with gypsies, communists, homosexuals, the mentally and physically handicapped, and others, deemed unfit for survival in Nazi Germany, which became known as the Holocaust. 38 days after the Germans invaded Poland in 1938, the first ghetto was established in Poland to restrict Jews and keep them segregated. Warsaw Ghetto, established October of 1940, was the largest ghetto in Nazi Europe. Railroad trains transported thousands of Jews to what is known as the Auschwitz concentration camps. Auschwitz I was part of a 3-camp network. Auschwitz I concentration camp was originally set up to hold and torture political prisoners but with time it also held union organizers, criminals, homosexuals, handicapped, and Romani gypsies. Majority of the prisoners were Jews who the Germans believed to be racially undesirable, and thus the camp's purpose was to purge German society of these undesirable people. Auschwitz II was set up as an extermination death camp, with its primary focus was genocide. Prisoners were lined outside black walls and were shot to death, while others were forced into the gas chambers, and many others underwent barbaric medical experiments. The first mass extermination at Auschwitz took place early September of 1941, when 900 prisoners gathered in the basement of Block 11 and were killed by mass gassings. The gassings were moved to the crematory, where over 700 victims could be killed at once. Auschwitz III had factories set up, and forced labor was used in this camp. In most camps, prisoners were forced to wear some type of identification. Some had color badges according to categories: red triangles for communist and political prisoners, green for common criminals, pink for homosexual men, black for gypsies, purple for Jehovah's Witnesses, and yellow for Jews. Prisoners' population grew so fast, Germans kept a record of prisoners by tattooing numbers in their arms and legs. Through these pictures, history is now captured and can come to life. These pictures cannot tell a lie, from the uniforms the prisoners wore to their personal belongings used, to the glasses the prisoners wore, and the shoes they once walked in. This picture captures a time in history that brought forward painful suffering to millions of innocent people. During World War II, more than 1 million people lost their lives in Auschwitz. In January 27 of 1945, a few thousand prisoners were finally liberated with the help of the Soviet Army. Today, this day is known as the International Remembrance Day. Samantha's biggest lesson was from one of her heroes, Martin Luther King Jr., who said, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere."